ego kinda stocky, homie. Nigga, you a hater if you tell me I ain't poppin', homie.
Yo, it's Jumpman T with Twisted Torch TV. I'm back again. I know it's been a minute. I need a little break, to readjust myself to get back right. But hey, the Atlanta Falcons have did something I did not expect. They have hired somebody that we finally needed to be a head coach. I felt like the way the league is going nowadays, you have to have an offensive-minded head coach that wins. Just think about it. Andy Reid. The year he won, when the Eagles won, there's a lot of coaches that are winning that are offensive-minded coaches. And to be honest, if we had went that way in 2016 and just go ahead and got Kyle Shanahan, we'll probably still have him. Let's call a spade a spade. We gotta let's just be honest. We wouldn't have Dan Quinn. We'll still have Kyle Shanahan. We could have had Matt LaFleur, but anyway, with the signing, Arthur Smith from the Tennessee Titans, offensive coordinator. He's young. He's ready to be motivated. He's coming from money. He knows everything as far as the game and offense. So I expect him to be dynamic. He did good with Ryan Tannehill's career as far as elevating it, because we all thought Ryan Tannehill was a bust those last 3 years. But the last 2 years he's been with Arthur Smith, he has elevated his game. He's thrown more touchdowns. He's handing the ball off well, as you see. So expect our team to go back to that Michael Turner type offense we had from 08, 09 to 2012. That was some good years as far as us running the football. Michael Turner 2.0. He changed Derrick Henry's career as far as what we thought he was when he first came in to now. That guy's averaging 2,000 yards a season, man. The past 2 years, he's been killing. So if we get somebody like Derrick Henry, because there's nobody like Derrick Henry as far as around the league. He's a bell cow. But we need somebody to tote the rock. And the way Arthur Smith runs his scheme, he does zone, he does up the middle, he does a lot of stretch plays. So I like how he's going to make our offensive line gel. Like I said, I made this clip in multiple videos. We got to get Najee. He would go well in this offense. A good ground and pound running back that can also catch the ball out of the backfield. I can see him taking a lot of screens to the house like Derrick Henry has done these past 2 years. If we get Najee, it would change the dynamic of this offense. And let's be honest, A.J. Brown, he's the next Julio Jones. I'm not saying DJ McCaffrey is. I honestly think A.J. Brown is the next Julio Jones. So imagine what he's going to do with Julio Jones. He was able to get A.J. Brown to be excellent as far as a receiver. Even in that last playoff game versus the Ravens, he excelled. That first drive was all him. So he has two people to play with as far as with the Falcons offense. I expect him to make Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones game go to the next level. One thing that y'all might not know, let me sprinkle a little salt on that, give y'all a little game. He loves to run 2 tight end sets. Both the tight ends for the Tennessee Titans did pretty good these past 2 years. And in the playoff, they have made exceptional catches for sure. So he has Hayden Hurst coming into the wing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they draft another tight end. I mean, we still have that top 4 pick. If they were to trade down, they might get Pittis. I wouldn't be surprised at that. But in all honesty, what they're saying is they're going to take the best available player. And I've always thought an organization should do that. You never can have enough talent. You never can have enough Hall of Fame type players going into the league. Because we all know in the top 10, you're looking for Hall of Fame players. And so the thing that kind of has me in a loop is if we do stay at that pick, we might take Oregon left tackle. And if we get Swell, oh my God, we're going to be mauling jokers. They're going to be mad. We might run the ball 30 times a game and only pass it 20 times a game. I wouldn't be mad at that. I prefer Matt Ryan to hand the ball off a lot more and use play action. That's what Matt Ryan has always been good at. You have to play to players' strength. He even stated that in his press conference. We're going to play to the players' strength. He said Chris Lindstrom is in the making. He called out Grady Jarrett. He called out Matt Ryan. He called out Julio. He said we're going to play to Matt Ryan's strength. Matt Ryan's strength is play action. Matt Ryan's strength is play action. So, as you know, when he won the MVP year, 2012, all those years he did a lot of play action, and we was able to run the ball effectively. And with this line that you have, they are mostly run blockers. Jake Matthews is an exceptional run blocker. Chris Lindstrom is an exceptional run blocker. Caleb McGrary, he likes to run block. If you set people up by running the ball early, the offensive line can get a groove. And then once you pass the ball, it makes them easy to get back because the defense don't know what they're doing. And that's always beneficial when you know they're not passing 30, 40 times a game. Give the offense a chance, and that's what Arthur Smith is going to do. Let's not sleep. We also got a GM as well, Mr. Terry Fontenot. I like him as a signing. He came from the Saints. I mean the Aints. And that's perfect for me because that's shown he was there when the Saints went 3 years of 8-8 or 7-9. And he was able to turn that culture around. As you see, he's coming to Atlanta Falcons to change that culture, turn them around. I have a feeling he's going to pick some good people in this year's draft and for the draft for years to come. I'm just being honest. He did draft Alvin Kamara. He did get Michael Thomas. He was an executive at the New Orleans Saints. So even just knowing that the Saints are known for winning and how he built that defense as well. Imagine what he's going to do for this defense. Imagine what he's going to do for this offense. He's going to make sure after Matt Ryan is gone and hangs it up, we have a replacement. We might get it this year. We might get it next year. Me personally, I would prefer us to get it this next year so that way we can get some pieces for this run that we have coming up. Let's just be honest. We're a couple pieces missing from defense, man. If we get a corner, not even a corner to me, I need a safety. Ricardo Allen is a dub for you, man. Go ahead and get the coaching. I love your game. I appreciate what you've done for the past years, but it's time to get a safety, a free safety. And get a rusher. Get an edge rusher. If we find a good edge rusher in the second or third round, it can change the dynamic of this defense. But I'm all for picking the best player available. If we do trade down, expect us to trade back up in the first round to select Najee. I'm telling you, if we get him, it's going to be a change of pace type offense. This defense, I was talking to my homie the other day. He was saying we missing a couple pieces on defense. And I totally agree with him. I totally agree with him because this defense has shown instances where they can play with the best offenses. They held the Kansas City Chiefs to 20-some points. Literally, 20 points. That's the Kansas City Chiefs now. And that's with the defense still missing certain pieces. And we still held them to 20 points. So that tells me that we can win games with this defense. We just have to tune it up a little bit and change the scheme. One thing Arthur Smith did do, he brought his homie from the Titans. He came out of retirement, Mr. Dean Pittis. I like his game. He was a defensive coordinator for the Ravens back in the day. He was a defensive coordinator for the Titans those 2 years before. So if he comes, I imagine they might try to get a good player from the Titans that went to the Broncos, Mr. KC, the D tackle, stuffer, run stuffer. If we get him to go with Grady Jarrett, y'all not going to see me on this camera come 2021 season. I'm just keeping it a bean. I see a lot of pieces coming into play. The thing about this is when you bring coaches and GMs from other organizations, the players who play for those organizations remember them. One key thing is, I'm going to throw a little gem out there for. I hope y'all catch it. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. Hayden Hurst was on Twitter the other day. Once Mark Ingram, they said they were going to release him and make him a free agent. He was promoting like, yeah, come to Atlanta. So imagine this, Mark Ingram being back with that GM that he used to play for in the Saints. I'm telling you, man, things can happen. Things have happened in the most craziest way. We've never had issues getting offensive players to come to Atlanta. We've more so had issues getting defensive players coming to Atlanta. So I'm really interested in seeing how Arthur Smith and Mr. Terry will get this handled as far as that defense. Arthur Smith has already stated he has an offensive coordinator, but he will be calling the plays. That's what I like to hear. Take initiative. Do what you're supposed to do. You was an offensive coordinator in Tennessee. You made them be a top 10 offense. Bring it to us. Make us be, well, we've always been a top 10 offense. We've only had issues in the red zone. And one key stat I might have to throw out there for you that y'all might not know. Arthur Smith, the last 2 years for the Tennessee Titans, have had them top 5 in red zone offense. Top 5 in red zone offense. Do you know how bad it is to watch Matt Ryan and Atlanta Falcons go 20-20 and stumble in the red zone? Just for that, we know Arthur Smith will not let that happen because he's going to make it more easier for Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst to get open. He's going to use their playmakers to the best of his ability. And that's what we need from an offensive coordinator and a head coach. Put your players in position to make plays. And I see that from Arthur Smith. He's like 38. Matt Ryan's 35. He's going to be able to gel with these players well because he's not like an old school type of coach. He's gonna make this organization be fun how Dan Quinn did in 2015 and 2016. A lot of the players loved how DQ was those first 2 years. It was just after that Eagles game in 2017 that they couldn't handle it. They just couldn't trust him. Arthur Smith is not going to let that happen. He's going to make sure he does an exceptional job with this team and having them be ready to play week in and week out. They're going to have to make some tough changes as far as letting players go, though. We all know that. It's going to be hard to see some of these players go. I love all the players that come to the Falcons organization, but when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. I meet you at the crossroads. Hey, I'm just keeping it a beat, man. We got to get these players in here to win. It's been 3 years. 1, 2, 3. I ain't seen them in the playoffs in 3 years. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of throwing my phone on the TV. I'm tired of going to sleep early. I need us to come out there and make plays to win these games and show that you want the fans to be happy in Atlanta. Not even just Atlanta. All over the world we have Falcons fans. So let's go out there as from a GM to a coach, to the players. Let's go out there and make this city happy to see the product on the field. I know Arthur Blank cares. I know Rich McKay cares about how the fans feel. And this is the case because we were asking for Dan Quinn's job for a long time. And he actually did it. So, hey, he cares about the fans and what they think. And he wants to make sure that we're happy any way possible as far as with the Atlanta Falcons. So, appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. I actually just hit over 130 subscribers. So, shouts out to all y'all, man. It's another day, another dollar, another blessing. Subscribe to the channel. Like all the content. Go back to some of the old tapes because you know I don't cap. Most of the stuff I'm saying is realistic and honest. I'm being real. So, go back and check the files because you know whatever I said, it usually happens. Just calling a spade a spade. Continue to write comments because I respond to everybody in the comments. I appreciate you guys for writing comments. You be real and I'm going to be real, Richard. The real respect the real. Continue to follow all my social media platforms as I usually put them down in the description and you can go right to the link. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Twitter has been wavy lately from all the Falcons fans because we've been happy to see the hirings. And I'm happy that Arthur Blank and Rich McKay got the people they wanted to get from the jump. They said Arthur Smith and Terry were the two guys they wanted. Terry had already talked to Arthur Smith prior to actually getting the job. So that shows initiative. They made sure that they knew they can gel together to get this 53 and 49 man roster right for day one. Appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. Continue to subscribe. I'm going to have some new content on the way as far as with the draft needs, with free agency, when the season starts, training camp, all that. We'll get in touch with all that. By the way, I also will do something regarding the playoffs tomorrow for the 2 Sunday games for the conference championship games. So check that out. Appreciate y'all one more time. Stay locked in. Jumpman T, Twisted Torch TV. Go Falcons, Dirty Birds, rise up. We got one. It's a winner. I'm out.